The thing I wanted to tell you about, we didn't really talk about this, and it's worth noting. This story about Guccifer 2.0, we never got too deep into that stuff. I found it just overwhelming. I couldn't follow it. But Guccifer 2.0 was supposedly a lone hacker who had broken into the DNC servers. For a long time, we were told there was suspicion that it was a Russian operative. That was poo-pooed by all the right people. There was no proof, and people should have been skeptical. But Roger Stone claimed to have a lot of involvement with Guccifer, or whatever they call it. I don't know. But it turns out that Guccifer, here's the thing. You're a GRU agent, right? This is the functional equivalent of I guess the CIA, right? I don't know if they structured exactly the CIA, FBI. I don't know that they have the same bright lines about domestic and non-domestic spying in Russia. But you're in charge of hacking into this stuff, and apparently they were afraid because they had left some clues about the hacking, so Guccifer showed up, claimed that he was the one who did it. You got one job. That is to go online, switch on your VPN, which is basically the way that you bypass certain nodes of the internet so that it's very difficult to track you. And then you make your posts and you do your emails and you contact Roger Stone or whatever it is. One time, apparently, this GRU agent forgot to do it. Just logged on. And so there is essentially digital fingerprints all over this. I'll tell you why this is important. Because, and I think we've always speculated that the story is really going to be about money laundering. And to the extent that there was any collusion, it was because these guys are idiots. And they had no idea who they were dealing with. Roger Stone had plenty of contact with this Guccifer. And when Sam Nunberg gets out there and says, I'm not going to implicate Roger Stone in this, he's aware that they're gunning for Stone, that Mueller's team is gunning for Stone. Stone has not been brought in by Mueller, incidentally. And I suspect that when Stone comes in, he's in big, big trouble. Knowingly, unknowingly, whatever he did. Colluding with someone who stole. I mean, look, here's the bottom line. If Stone knows Guccifer stole this stuff, you're still trafficking in stolen goods. So Roger Stone may be spending some time in jail or in the barrel, as he says. Because I don't look at Roger Stone and think, here's a guy who's willing to fall on the sword, spend the rest of his life in prison or even extended period of time because he's such a loyal guy.
He's not an idiot.
I don't get that. Of the many things that I get when I look at a Roger Stone.
You don't get undying loyalty.
I don't get anybody other than Roger Stone. So this is going to be pretty interesting. And I imagine he's panicking right now. It's also going to be interesting to see, sort of what is the flow of information? Clearly WikiLeaks was used to launder it. Whether WikiLeaks was aware of it or not. But someone wanted to make sure that the information did not come from them. And it'll be interesting to find out who that person was.